with insects. I'm Victor Fursov, and this start at this stream about entomology and about insects. We start this stream about pests and about pets, about pests and parasitoids, about beneficial insects and about dangerous pests, dangerous insects from the human being point of view. There are a lot of insects around in the nature, they enjoy life, they enjoy nature, and human beings are usually not enjoying their existence. Human beings don't like insects, so they hate them always. They try to crush them, to smash them, to destroy them, to eliminate them. But insects are surviving because of their diversity, because with so many of them crawling around, flying around, hiding around, living around somewhere in the soil, in plants, underground, in trees, in shrubs, in leaves, under leaves, under stones, in sand, in rocks, in your house, in your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your bathroom. Made her very important process of metamorphosis, created a pupa, very big one, but after a certain period of time, after storage during 1 month in a warm temperature, nobody didn't come from pupa of deathhead moth. Only 42 strange larvae which created pupariums. And now, after a couple of weeks in the warm temperature in the room, flies were coming. Flies Tachinidae family. They looks like very common domestic flies, Musca domestica. Really, very, very similar from a just with non-expert point of view. You say, domestic flies, strange, kill them all. But these are not domestic flies. They looks like a little bit, but they are very hairy. They are more hairy than domestic fly, Musca domestica. And they belong to a different family. Separate family. Tachinidae. And these flies, they're parasitic. Parasitic because their larvae are developing inside in other insects. Ancestors of these flies, mother of this fly, infested caterpillar of deathhead moth, Acherontiatropus, very big caterpillar, very nice, 6-7 centimeters size. Usually tachinid flies, female, is laying eggs near on the skin of hawkmoths, on the skin of hawkmoth in a group, sometimes even 20, 25. So in this case, 42 pupariums, 42 larvae came from eggs. Eggs are laid near the head because caterpillars usually don't like parasitic flies, don't like parasitoid wasps. She's trying to protect herself. She's trying to fight against them, trying to eat, to crush flies or parasitoids. But if parasitoid wasp is attacking, parasitoid wasp is usually paralyzing the caterpillar. But tachinid flies using her very, very fast flight. She's flying very quickly and laying a bunch of eggs near the head for self-protection, because near the head, caterpillar cannot eat, cannot feed, cannot crush these eggs near the head. She cannot turn head so easily, and eggs surviving. From eggs, larvae are emerging and they're endoparasitoids. They're living inside caterpillar. And later caterpillar is eating, feeding, growing, and molting into the pupa. Huge nice pupa like I have here in my cage. Pupa is good. Looks like healthy. Moving. But if it was collected in the natural environment, everything happens. You see here some pupa of deathhead moths but they are collected in artificial conditions. They are not infested. But remnants of pupa in a cage were collected in natural conditions in Mykolaiv district of Ukraine. And we were bred in Chernigov region of Ukraine, in north part of Ukraine, little bit north from Kyiv. Because you can see them here now, but we were bred in Ukraine. And this is translation about insects from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. It's cold outside, -1, just 0 degree centigrade. It's raining, by the way. It's all the ground is covered with snow, and just rain is dropping it out everywhere from on my balcony. Maybe you can listen to the noise. So, some caterpillars were collected in natural environment and were brought to the culture of my friend, who just observed them, but he's keeping his artificial culture of deadhead moth. He's feeding caterpillars with artificial diet, even in the winter time. So that's why he can receive adults from this pupa. Adults will mate and lay eggs, and he can receive caterpillars and can feed them with artificial diet. But from this one, I suggest some adults will come very soon, maybe in a couple of weeks. Maybe only for collection purpose. But I will show them how they fly and how they are beautiful. So far so good. My friend sent me this infested pupa with these strange parasitoids. These strange parasitic tachinid flies. You see, this pupa is alive, but this pupa on the bottom of the cage is dead. It's only skin of pupa. This one is happily moving, but and down there, unhappy shell of pupa. So I need to put them back. And I have another pupa which is happy one, but just a shell. This is the shell of pupa after emergence of moth. So she is not moving. This is just a skin. But down there you can see just two pieces of pupa, which was just splashed, and because of so many larvae, and just skin of with head, skin of caterpillar after molting of. So you see, so funny. Tachinid flies, I am not sure about genus, so many of them. So that's why my friend sent it to me, because he's a little bit afraid about flies which can escape from the cage and can attack his culture, by the way, at laboratory. I don't have a culture, but they are very active. We can find caterpillars, we can infest them, can destroy. So better to get them in separate laboratories like mine. Some tachinids are active, some maybe are not healthy. Who knows? Some of them just died because it's not natural time for them to emerge. November, not springtime, not summer. And these brown balls, these are puparium. Pupariums, and with inside of pupa of fly. beekeeper, upware, and many tiny pupariums, parasitic flies. You can imagine how many would be here when they emerge. You can write your questions, you can write your comments in chat. Just under this video I will see your message, by the way. I know someone is coming to us, to this stream from USA, Katie. Hello, Katie. And some others coming from unknown places. If you are coming from English-speaking country, you can write your message, what country are you coming from. So these are parasitoids, parasitic flies. And we're coming back to our culture of our lovely wasps. Our Palistes. Our wasp was sitting here, enjoying life because outside is cold. We're just chewing the honey and relaxing. No larvae to feed. Life is just very lazy for them. Males already have been mating with females, so we became very lazy. You can open the lid for short time. I'm keeping them already here for 3 weeks. Let's watch how they survive during winter. I guess they can survive up to the Christmas time. At least males. Females maybe can survive even more. Some of them just emerged here from cells. But some were collected together with nests. And they were mating several times. Here inside the cage I have recorded it already. So now they became more lazy than before. But they are more or less quiet, they are not aggressive, and they are not biting. Not stinging, by the way. And I feed them from time to time with honey and give them a piece of water. One escaped. You see one. Escaped, so I keep it in my hands. Too close to the focus. No, it's fine. I already showed them males and females. This is female. This is female with sting. She's trying to sting me. Trying to escape again. I will put her back. Escaped. Don't be lost. I need to catch her. One female is too active. Coming back. and others are sitting more quietly. I can even touch them. This female is very active, and I can even touch them, just to initiate their activity. Sometimes we check old cells and we take off dead pupa out, because pupa already dead. No larvae anymore. And we like to hide somewhere under the nest, so some of them hiding under the nest. But we like this surface as well. So as I expected today to tell you about pests and insects in your house, in your kitchen. Let's see, what can we say about insects in your house, indoor insects. You can look through the book. For instance, I have a book of Irish Indoor Insect Pests, written by James O'Connor and Patrick Ashe, published in Dublin 2000. This book was kindly sent me by Dr. O'Connor, and I checked something, what's going on, which insects are mentioned here. Quite a lot, not only insects, some ticks. Well, the most famous, let's talk about smallest order, springtails. There are some springtails near your flowers. There are some silverfish and firebrats in your bathroom, belonging especially to two species, Lepisma sacharina, Thermobia domestica. Very different and very funny, oldest orders of arthropods. Most famous and unpleasant visitors in house. Indoor, these are cockroaches for sure. This should be common and oriental cockroach, Blatta orientalis, German cockroach, Blattella germanica, brown-banded cockroach, Supella longipalpa. Maybe some others depending from place where are you living, tropical area or in temperate region. It can be even Australian cockroach, Periplaneta australasiae, or huge unpleasant American cockroach, Periplaneta americana, with large size, up to 42 millimeters reddish brown species. Sometimes you can find even some crickets and grasshoppers near your house. For instance, the commonest house cricket, Acheta domestica, with very tiny size, 20 millimeters cricket, with lovely wings and of course very special noise. Sometimes possible to find in a greenhouse camel cricket, Tachycinus acinnamorus, Tachycinus acinnamorus, medium-sized cricket, about 15 millimeters size, with females with very extended ovipositor and with very long, like a tail, antenna, and very long legs as well. Very attractive, very funny. Sometimes it can be even Egyptian grasshopper, Anacariddium aegypticum, with size up to 80 millimeters, brownish species, which can be imported sometimes to another country with vegetables, fruits and other products produced in the Mediterranean region. quite common insect which can find some species of order Dermaptera or earwigs. Very common species. This is a common earwig. Forficula auricularia. This species is very familiar for most of people. Very common near houses in summertime. Most gardens usually providing suitable habitats for this species. Sometimes in a wet places, like in a bathroom, or just in warehouses, or maybe some in your balcony, you can find some strange, very tiny insects. And these are booklice from an order Sarcoptera. Booklice are minute, from 1 millimeter to 3 millimeter size insects, usually dark brown, whitish, yellowish, grayish in color. They can be winged or wingless, and they're very small. So sometimes it's quite difficult to identify them as insects with naked eyes. And many people mistake them for mites. But they are not mites, they are just very funny, not too dangerous booklice. More dangerous insects, these are unpleasant pests and parasites of people and some birds and even some home pets. They belonging to lice. For instance, this can be dog-biting louse, Latin name Trichodes saccanis, or head and body louse, Pediculus, with different species, Pediculus humanus, for instance, variation capitis, with very unpleasant nits, make nits and eggs on your hairs, on someone's hairs, hopefully. Actually, 2 species of human louse are recognized. Very strange louse. This is a crab louse, Pterus pubis, which can be distinguished from the head and body lice. It's crab-like second and third pair of legs. Very strange appearance of this crab louse. You know that they can transmit some diseases for sure. And we have a Pediculus humanus, has a major public health significance. If you have some flowers, if you have a bunch of flowers in greenhouse or in your room, you may have also some thrips as a common pest. Oh, wait a minute, I can check your questions because I was out of camera. Yes, sometimes globular carnivorous calembula, they are not carnivorous, they are just phytophagous and detritophagous. Sometimes earwigs even can fly. I've seen some smallest species of earwigs with size about 10 millimeters. They were flying. They flew to my light trap. But all another species collected by me were big size, 25 millimeters. And I have not seen it as they fly. But they have very nice wings, for sure. What about spiders? Spiders are also our pets in house. I keep them somewhere in some hidden places. So they looking like predators to keep our pests out. So they're catching all unnecessary beetles, maybe flies, and some other bugs as well. So small spiders with relatively small size are quite common visitors of house, and if you don't afraid spiders, they're good friends for us, catching some other pests, unnecessary insects and arthropods in house. So some small trips are usual pests for your flowers somewhere in balcony in your room. Very unpleasant pests for you and for your pets. These are fleas, sorry, not flies. Flies I have seen already. Fleas are very small, unpleasant, wingless insects with very special metamorphosis and very special life cycle, which can be done in your house as well. Their body is flattened sidewise, and their color varies from reddish brown to almost black. They jump in very quickly, they crawl in very quickly, but if you are diligent person, if you are just devoted entomologist, you can catch them with your nails. When I had my pet dog, I checked his furs, his hairs on head, and always collected several fleas on the body of my pet, and I kept them in the last tube for further investigation, and I cured my pet with some medical drugs to avoid all these fleas. There's a human flea, Pullix irritant, with size about 3 or 4 millimeters. What in other species? A lot of species of fleas are available, as have been described. Of course, this can be dog flea and cat flea. Cat flea is Latin name Ctenocephalidis felis, and dog flea Ctenocephalidis canis. They look very similar, absolutely very similar. They have very tiny details of head, which are visible actually well under the microscope. In your hands and your fingers, you cannot recognize them because their size is 3 millimeters only. There is also flea which can infest also some birds. This is European chicken flea, Ceratophilus galline, and very dangerous flea, which is distributed mostly in Far Eastern, Middle Eastern countries, in some desert areas. This is plague flea, Xenophila Xenophila, very dangerous one. And they can be transmitted by rats, black rats especially. What about in other insects? Yes, some pets can be infested with fleas, with some ticks, but humans can be infested with some parasites. And these parasites are true bugs. For instance, true bugs or bed bug, Cimix lectularius, Latin name, belonging to family Cimicidae, very strange, very unpleasant bugs. I have seen them for sure somewhere in hotels, but it's very good to avoid them in your home because they are very strange, they are biting and extremely unpleasant. So let's check how We're just observing our colony of Polistes to make your picture more interesting. Some of them sitting here and attracted by the light. You can see the sound of dropping. This is raining outside. Wait a minute, I can initiate them. Don't be lazy, just sitting here. Just crown a little bit. Okay, let's talk more about pets and pests and about humans which are living all together in the room, in your room, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, in your bedroom. And these are parasites belonging to family Cimicidae, bedbug, Latin name Cimix lectularius, very famous one, unpleasant household pest in my country, in your country, in all countries, widely distributed globally. Quite difficult to avoid it if a room or house or hotel has been infested. And one another species, this is a common flower bug, Antacoris nemorium. This is more pleasant, which is not stinging, can infest only some flowers. There are also some shield bugs, sting bugs of family Acanthosomidae, Hohorn shield bug, Acanthosoma hemorrhoidalis. And some forest bug, which can come to your house occasionally from outside, infesting your orchard. Usually this can be infested crops such as apple, pear, cherry tree and hazel. So sometimes from July to November, these bugs can be brought into your house accidentally on fruits such as forest bug, Pentatoma rufipes, family Pentatomidae. What about tiny green fly or black fly, some aphids, family Aphididae, were infesting your flowers, as outside in your garden, in your orchard, as well as some your flowers indoor as well. And also very important pests, these are white flies, family Alerodidae. They are notorious indoor pests and occasionally occur even outdoors. But fortunately we have no health hazard. But really they can cause serious damage to your plants. They are slowly flying and their adults may not be noticed because they are very small. What about beetles? Yes, beetles are great pests indoors. Different beetles from different families. Some of them small, some of them bigger, some of them can infest your warehouse, your kitchen, or maybe some of your shelves with different products, or with your furniture, or with your clothes as well. Let's talk about it. What are them? These can be furniture and related beetles of family Anobiidae, such as furniture beetle Anobium punctatum, which can develop on your old wooden material indoor. This can be death watch beetle, Xenobium rufilosum, Xenobium rufilosum, and of course very famous biscuit beetle or bread beetle, or drugstore beetle. I showed you them before, just in my laboratory culture. Stegobium paniceum, with size 1-2 millimeters, even up to 3 millimeters size. Reddish brown insects were very similar, looks like furniture beetles, so you can recognize them under the microscope, only with experts' eyes. In North America, they are called as drugstore beetles. It can be serious pests of different preserved plants in herbariums, in entomological collections. We can eat some even poisonous plants like belladonna. So that's why we have named drugstore beetles. And biscuit beetle is one of the commonest, the most economically important pests that attacks stored products everywhere. The diet of biscuit beetles, Stegobium paniceum, includes cereals, beverage concentrates, herbs, animal foodstuff, cocoa beans, spices, even chili peppers, and various other herbal drugs. And usually beetles are often first noticed crawling on windows, attracted to the light. All these specimens of beetles can be easily carried from building to building, from flat to flat, from house to house, or from shop into your house, together with goods or on your clothes. Actually, adults of biscuit beetles are not damaging food. They do not feed at all. But they can eat their way through the packaging in order to lay eggs in a food resource. And so they infest contained and closed products as well. Very tricky bugs, very tricky beetles. Very similar species close to biscuit beetle. This is a tobacco beetle, Lasioderma sericornia. Looks very similar, can be identified mostly under the microscope with different appearance. Hello friends who are watching us. Today we are talking about pets and about pests in your home. Pets and pests indoors. So I'm talking about different beetles, bugs, earwigs, all different insects indoors. So just I'm mentioning them, maybe I can miss someone, because so many of these pests are living in your house, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, and they're mostly very tiny. They're mostly invisible. If you are just very devoted entomologist, if you are not just very devoted housewife, you can clean everything, and can send me many questions about it. I had already experience with such housewives, very diligent, very devoted, who just asked me tons of questions how to avoid the beetles in kitchen, or just how to avoid very tiny beetles in a bedroom, which could be biting, maybe, but I said they are not biting at all. but it didn't stop questioning me. Do they bite my children? Do they bite my kids? No, fortunately, beetles are not biting, but I didn't stop it. Fortunately, messaging was stopped one day. But you can ask your questions if you are just watching us. If you have some pests in your home, your house, your warehouse, we can talk about them. Maybe we can recognize them on your photo or according to your description as well. But photo could be the best way for identification. And you are observing my colony of Pests, paper wasps, by sitting in captivity to make a picture for discussion about house pets and house pets and some parasitoids. I have showed already parasitoids, parasitic flies. And now I'm talking about beetles. Dangerous beetles in your house. Well, T-Rex, our common visitor, who is breeding beetles at home. He's breeding dangerous pests. Just maybe do not talk about them to his parents. And these are beetles belonging to family Dermestidae. These are hide-large and carpet beetles. For instance, this is a varied carpet beetle named Latin Anthracnus verbasci, with size about 3 mm, with variegated patterns of golden, yellow, and black and white scales on the body. Quite small species, rounded shape, and this is a cosmopolitan species. Quite a serious house pest in many countries in Europe and globally. And can be surpasses the close moth the amount of damage done to the property. Actually, this species, varied carpet beetle, is best known for attacking woolen goods such as carpets, bedclothes, clothing, and so on. So it can also eat even glue or books binding. So it is a serious pest for dried insects and mammal collections. And sometimes it's called as a museum beetle. Very dangerous, unpleasant one for entomological collections and for entomologists, because they're destroying their job and their collections. But actually, Anthracnus verbasci was reported from numerous stored products. The larvae eating different savory biscuits, dried baby food, flour, peanuts, seeds, grain, rice, cacao, herbal drugs, dried cheese, health food tablets, rusks, and cayenne pepper. And actually, infestation can be easily originated from birds' nests or from dead animals, such as mice under the floorboards. And later, the larvae from your floorboards can be migrating toward a heat gradient and can slowly appear in air in cupboards or under carpets. Another species, very widely spread, this is two-spotted carpet beetle, Atagenus pedeo. Atagenus pedeo is widely distributed and can also attack some museums' collection. Bigger adults of beetles, these are 7-9 mm size. These are beacon beetle or Dermestes lardarius. can grow up to 10 millimeters size, quite a big visible species. Their diet of the larvae includes skins and furs, bones, fish meal, horn and hooves, hair, liver, feathers, dried fish, cheese, bacon, ham, sausages, silkworms. So many substrates can be eaten by these bacon beetles, but their larvae can destroy everything in your collection. Can occasionally feed even on dry vegetable matters. Sometimes it even has been known that bacon beetle can be known to kill young pigeons, ducklings and chickens, even in poultry houses. What's about another species of dangerous beetles? These are Capra beetle, 3 mm size, Trogoderma granarius. Who else? There are also some species of weevils indicated as pests, can be found in the warehouse, even in some of your flowers as well, like wine weevil, Otiorhynchus sulcatus. But most common are pests of different food material, and these are grain weevils, Cytophilus granarius, Cytophilus zeamais, Cytophilus ariza. Dangerous weevils. Grain weevil, Cytophilus granarius, rice weevil, Cytophilus ariza, and greater rice weevil, Cytophilus zeamais, or maize weevil, Cytophilus zeamais. All three of them are widely distributed in Ukraine and globally. But they are mostly can be identified under the microscope. But only one species can be easily identified as a grain weevil, which is not flying. Two other species, Cytophilus zeamais and Cytophilus ariza, are flying very well. And I have been showing them on my videos several times. Hello, best greetings to beautiful city of London, best greetings to Richmond Park and to Guide Park, best greetings to Chelsea. I need to touch sometimes my sleepy wasps to get them wake up. Today we are talking about pets and pests in your house, in your orchard, in your garden, which are damaging your flowers at home, about indoor insects. We have been talking about bugs, about fleas, about beetles, still talking about beetles. Which one a dangerous pest? For instance, this can be even bark beetles of family Scolitidae. Now we belong to Curculanidae, by the way, with two weevils as well as Scolitinae. And these pests, for instance, include large elm bark beetle Scolitus, from 3 to 6 millimeter size. or also ashbark beetle, Lepersinus varitus. Many different borers, family Bostrichidae, like capuchin borer, Bostrichus capucinus, or lesser grain borer, Rhizoperta dominica, which is damaging different food material, lesser grain borer, Rhizoperta dominica. Such diet includes wheat, barley, rice, maize, millet, sorghum, dry potatoes, biscuits. Larvae and beetles can infest all these food materials. Very dangerous beetles or food material are belonging to darkling beetles family Tenebrionidae. Very well known species. This is a lesser mealworm beetle, Alphitobius diaperinus, pretty small one, up to 6 millimeters long. Flattened shape, smelling not very well. All Tenebrionidae are usually smelling not well. Another species of darkling beetles. This is a confused flower beetle, Tribolium confusum. Tribolium confusum. And rust red flower beetle, Tribolium castaneum. Very tiny one, 3-4 millimeter size, but reddish brown and red color, and have a very flat shape. So it's quite distinctive flat shape. One another species which is quite a big one and very easily identified. This is a yellow mealworm beetle, Tenebrium molitor. Sometimes this species is bred in cultures for feeding some pets or in other insects, some lizards, maybe some fish as well. So well bred in laboratory culture. Tenebrium molitor, yellow mealworm beetle. But if this beetle infested your food material in the warehouse, you are in trouble. But larvae are very popular food for pets, such as birds and reptiles. Surprisingly, very long larvae with size up to 24 millimeters, larvae can survive even up to 9 months without any food or in very dry conditions with no moisture. Another dangerous species of darkling beetle. This is a dark mealworm beetle, Tenebria obscurus, and breadhorn flower beetle, Anatocerus cornutus. Depressed flower beetle, Palorus subdepressus. So you have recognized many beetles belonging to pests in the family Tenebrionidae. Very dangerous, very small and very tricky beetle, which is a great pest. I have shown them before in culture. Under the big magnification, this is a rain beetle, so family Sylvanidae. And this family includes 2 important species. Merchant rain beetle, with Latin name Oryzophilus mercator, and the sawtooth rain beetle, Latin name Oryzophilus surinamensis. Oryzophilus surinamensis are the most common and very dangerous beetle, with size just 2 or 3 millimeters size, black or dark brown coloration. Characteristically, these beetles have a series of serrations or tooth-like protuberances on each side of the thorax, so quite easily recognized under the microscope, but very quite small, but can be identified even with naked eye. The population is growing very quickly because females can produce up to 170 eggs which can be laid in crevices or near the food material. These bloody sawtooth rain beetles are very small, but they are serious pests of stored products of vegetable origin, including cereals such as rice, wheat, barley, maize, or their products such as bread, dry bread especially, and pasta. And also infestations of dried fruits such as currants, raisins, sultanas are very common. And you can bring them also very easily from the nature or from the shopping house, from your from shopping place, from supermarket. You can buy them together with your food material, together with your bread, pasta, together with your rice, wheat, barley or maize. Hello fair, what are you writing here new? Yes. This is, I showed my parasitic flies, but this was a separate pupa. This was a separate pupa. I have 4 healthy pupa of deadhead moth, but the 5th one was infested and it was given me just for this TV show. So I showed you, you have missed the beginning of our stream. For sure I can show you my healthy pupa where hopefully healthy. And we're here now. Yes. These are healthy pupa. Yes. They looks very funny and healthy. But one pupa which was collected in natural environment was infested. These are from artificial environment. These are from the laboratory. So they're healthy. But one was given just to improve the genetics of population. But unfortunately the pupa didn't produce moth. Pupa produced just parasites, just parasitic flies. But these will grow in an artificial diet. And also these are pupa of deadhead moth. Come on baby. Baby is moving, so I like it very much. I need to take it off because it will fall down on the floor after such active movements. Yes, really parasitism is a moving force for the nature, for phytophagous and detritophagous insects. But the environment is limited to the place where the hosts are living. A couple years ago I collected very nice parasitoids of Megarrhiza, which infested horntail wasps in old trees of birch, old birch trees. But this year all these trees have been cut down because they're very old and already not growing. So all natural environment of megarrhiza disappeared very easily, very quickly. Despite megarrhiza is included in a book of endangered and rare species, trees will be removing and the environment will be disappearing very quickly. So I collected few individuals for the study for collection, and I did some videos last year, but not this year, and especially in 2022, in the year of wild scale invasion of our unfriendly neighbors, you know what I mean. Today was a very nervous day for some of my friends. Yesterday some people were talking to me about nuke threat. I didn't understand what's going on, but today morning time I recognized about these nuke threats on internet, on television, everywhere around. But people are going to job, are going to do their business, because what should we do? We trust our army, by the way. Come on, I can take you. I can touch you. I know that you will not bite me, babies. I can take off lead and can play with you. Can play with you. With females and with males. But it seems we like light. But we are in a warm place. Okay, today we're talking about pets and pests. I just stopped talking about some beetles, because beetles as a pest are the most large group of which are infesting different products. As I said, like this dangerous sawtooth rain beetle, Oryzophilus surinamensis. Oryzophilus surinamensis. I still have the culture of these beetles, probably, at laboratory, and I'm breeding the culture on cereals of wheat. On wheat cereals, yes, I do. Oh, very interesting beetles which can be occurred in your house. These are seed beetles, subfamily Bruchinae, also belonging now to Curculinidae family, and this is bean beetles, Bruchus, and also Acanthus cellidus aptectus. Acanthus cellidus aptectus. Diet includes peas, beans, and some lentils. If you are growing some potatoes, you know what your pest is. Colorado beetle for sure. Leptina tarsa decemlineata. If you are growing some flowers in your orchard, you should know that your pest in your orchard can be cockchafer. This is Melodonta and Melodonta hippocastani. They also were popularly known as Maybugs. Some tiny beetles can infest your food materials as well, such as rust red rain beetle, Cryptolestes ferrugineus, very tiny one, just 2 millimeter size. Very difficult to find, very difficult to identify. But we can spread through and spoil bulk foodstuff. Because of their small size and difficult to identify. Difficult to notice. There are some dangerous beetles. These are power post beetles, family Lictidae, such as Lictus bruneus, and even some longhorn beetles, family Cerambicidae. Which can be imported to this country in a wood, and some adults can be occasionally found indoors. Large group of pests, these are flies, for sure. But this is quite a long list of species. And also some butterflies, some tiny moths, such as the clothes moths of family Tineidae and others. Some pyralid moths feeding on food stock. Some noctuid flies, which larvae feeding on brassicas, cabbage, lettuce, and sprouts. And even some hymenopterans. And what we can say about our lovely death head moth, Acherontiatropus, we can say that this is very distinctive look moth, our lovely Acherontiatropus, with brown forewings and yellow hindwings marked with brown bands. And lovely abdomen is colored in yellow and brown. And the marking on the thorax of the head moth resembles a skull, hence a popular name. Caterpillar is pretty huge, up to 100 millimeters or 130 millimeter size. Quite a big one, the biggest of them. And coloration of caterpillar is variable in color, with brown, yellow, and green forms. Adult of deathhead moth is occasional migrant to some other countries in Europe. It can come from native Africa, and it can in early summer. Sometimes it's recorded that this species can be a pest, which can take honey from beehives. For this reason, this species is known as bee robber. It's very funny. I'm not sure that this is true that this bee robber can steal a lot of honey, can steal a little bit, and can escape if it is a fortune time for this species. It's funny that this deathhead hawk moth emits special sound, shrill squeak, shrill squeak. In some places, the caterpillars of deathhead hawk moth can feed mainly on potato, but also caterpillars can feed on other plants, including garden privet. Where very few individuals can develop in your garden, in your orchard, on fresh vegetables, so these caterpillars do not cause usually any harm. There are some orders of pests which we didn't mention for today, especially among moths, among butterflies, among flies. So we can talk about these pests and pets next time. Thank you for coming to our stream. Thank you for interest and curiosity. I mentioned about Acherontiatropus hawk moth, and I showed some pupae, and now they are bred in laboratory of my friend in a large amount on artificial diet, not on tree leaves, but on artificial diet. T-Rex was coming a little bit late because we were talking about anthranos already. We were talking about bugs, about beetles. I mentioned some beetles and as pests. We can contact on Google Meet as well. Why not? So these are healthy, dead head moth pupa. When moths will be coming soon, and in laboratory we are bred on artificial diet. Not by myself, but by my friend. I found a very simple way how to connect through the YouTube channel. We can make stream just straight online. We can make a stream for beginning in editor mode, and later we can switch on just online if you like. T-Rex, I can send you a message on my from mine Facebook on your Facebook message, and I can give you a link for connection. If you want, I can make this link even now or later. What time is most suitable for you? Tell me the time. You prefer Facebook Messenger, as I understood. On Monday, okay, on Monday is possible. Maybe your parents will be out of house, so you will not disturb, and you will have free time. Monday is okay. I will make link and can send you link. Thank you for interest and curiosity. Yes, jump in. Fell down on the floor, so we must be careful. I send you the link. Thank you for everybody who was coming to us from different countries, from Bulgaria, from United Kingdom, from beautiful city of London, from United States of America. I'm not sure from which state. I forgot about it. What is your state? If you are with us, Queen. If Queen, you are with us, what is your home state? Megascolia maculata will come very soon in next springtime. Now we are sleeping. We're flying nearby of my house, nearby my apartment building. so I'm looking for them always. But their natural habitats are disappearing from time to time because old trunks of old trees have been removed in one place. We had many trunks after cut trees, but these trunks were drying slowly and gradually were removed. So no place for development of rhinoceros beetles, not so many places for megascolia as well. Because 1 year was very fruitful for rhinoceros beetles, and just along the one street with 200 meters every day I checked it. During a couple of weeks I collected 10 or even more adults of rhinoceros, Oryctes nasicornis. And I did video a couple of years ago, or maybe more years ago. It's already more than 2 years of war in Ukraine, so it was earlier, before war. I have no idea about Pallisti's differences because they're very similar, by the way. It needs to check identification key. I'm not sure that some Pallistis experts can identify them very well because they need to use some biology features for identification. This is not my purpose for the identification. Usually, if you would like to make identification, you can use either iNaturalist or Ask Expert. But now, sometimes iNaturalist quite useful for identification as well, because some experts can visit iNaturalist and can make consulting. I'm not visiting iNaturalist often because it's time spending. I'm YouTuber time spending. Thank you for coming. Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, for new visitors who is visiting us for a short time, crawling your telephone. If you're scrolling, not crawling. Some insects were crawling with their legs, but people are sitting somewhere in metro, laying on a bed, watching just hours and hours into the smartphones and scrolling telephone. So during this scrolling telephone, people are watching their movies, some movies, some strange stuff, and making kind of entertainment. So sometimes scrolling your telephone, you can find some insects. And these insects can be from our country, from Ukraine. Hope to show you some more insects soon. Hope to talk with you about some pets and pests again. This is a stream just on smartphone, so that's why you can watch it on smartphone. Sometimes I'm doing streams just in front of computer, but YouTube is not showing for a wider audience video on computer. This is a big difference between vertical stream and horizontal stream. Vertical stream is more widely spread rather than horizontal, because not so many entomologists actually are watching us, not many biologists are watching us. Entomologists are strange people, and for other people, for some other ordinary people, we can say. Entomologists are very special. Oh yes! One my wasp escaped, unfortunately. We're flying somewhere. Oh, Strange time. I removed the lid, so one wasp escaped. Yes, Harmonia oxyridis is a very common species, quite easily found everywhere around. Sometimes can be a pest. Who knows about attention to entomology? It depends from different reasons. If we can survive in this strange world, entomology can be paid attention and can be paid with money. We hope for better future and for better fortune. We hope that our knowledge and our collection can be transmitted from one generation to another generation. Thank you for coming to our stream. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're a first-time visitor, you can visit our Patreon page for donations. This is a feedback, will be very greatly appreciated. You can visit sponsorship page or membership page of YouTube channel as well. You can easily find at the bottom of membership. Or if you're from Ukraine or other countries, you can visit page of Monobank for some tiny transferation of some sponsorship. This will be greatly appreciated as a feedback of our discussion here and now, and for some other movies which you can find on my channel. Tons of them are on my channel. You can check with your keywords. Check it with keywords, you can find something unusual and useful for you in the science of entomology. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget, stand with Ukraine. Support Ukraine. Help Ukraine. And Ukraine will win. See you soon on my channel. Yes, you are right. I'm specialized on calcid wasps, including trichogramma. Not only trichogramma, but other species of same family and some other families of calcid wasps as well. We can discuss it in our private discussion as well. See you in next stream. Bye bye, best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. Write your comments under this video. Good luck to good people and to entomologists.